Summary of the Ripple versus SEC case. Rumors of a settlement are dismissed by Deaton. During the course of the SEC's motion to compel financial statements, pro-XRP attorney John Deaton denied claims that the SEC and Ripple are now in settlement talks during a recent live webcast. Deaton used the term scorched earth litigation to describe the continuing legal proceedings. A settlement has not been broached. Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission are not currently engaged in ongoing settlement discussions, according to attorney Deaton. This announcement was made in response to a recent SEC motion that asked Ripple to provide audited financial reports for the years 2022-2023, together with post-complaint contracts that regulate institutional transactions. For XRP holders, what's the next step? This is the statement that Deaton made on February 1st, 2024. As far as I'm aware, there are no settlement negotiations underway. Even though the action is now in the remedial stage with the possibility of a settlement in the near future, the fact that it is still being fought to the death speaks much about the intensity of the ongoing legal war. While they were talking, Deaton talked about his thoughts about the future of a colony. He may be saying that talks have ceased, but he still thinks a deal is possible down the road. The Securities and Exchange Commission may be open to settling, says Deaton, if they think they can get better terms out of it than what a court decision would generate. His remarks are as follows. Instead of receiving another embarrassing verdict, maybe it will persuade them to come to the table and spin it in their favor. I won't say anything to cast doubt on the possibility or completion of a settlement. This is simply a quick note to inform you that it will not be happening today. Consequently, an agreement could be achieved in the future, but it is not happening right now. As the action progresses into the solution stage, there is talk of possible repercussions that Ripple could face for alleged infractions related to institutional sales, including fines and other legal issues. According to Deaton, the SEC is looking into contracts that were finalized after the complaint was lodged and has a covert interest in Ripple's financial records. Ripple's CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, has stated that the fee may be between $10 million and $100 million, while Deaton claims that Ripple may show that most institutional purchases are permissible. It was his judgment that Ripple will wind up paying far less in fines than the substantial sum of around $200 million that they spent on lawyers to defend themselves. Considering the ruling in context, Deaton's perspective goes beyond the current trial and explores the possible consequences of filing an appeal. He thinks Judge Torres's decision to dismiss the case for early termination would be upheld by the Two Circuit Court of Appeals. Torres made some really big calls about programmatic sales and how XRP funds were distributed, and Deaton found out about it. He believes these verdicts will certainly stand, even though there may be an effort to overturn them. The ongoing case that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is pursuing against Ripple Labs is one of the legal matters that is being keenly monitored in the cryptocurrency industry. Remember that Ripple conducted massive security offering without registering XRP as a security, and that the Securities and Exchange Commission determined that XRP is essentially a security? Although the case has had its ups and downs, Ripple seems to be having the upper hand so far. This is due in large part to the many victories it claimed in 2023, most notably when Judge Torres ruled that XRP sold on secondary markets did not constitute an investment contract. Alternatively, something fresh is about to happen, and one lawyer claims that Judge Torres needs to rule on a specific motion soon. In its January motion against Ripple, the commission requested the company to provide certain documents related to the pending case. Essentially, they want the court to make Ripple follow the rules. Very soon after that, the company got back to us asking for more time to extend the deadline. By February 12th, after the arguments are completed, Judge Torres must decide on the order to compel. That is the view of attorney Bill Morgan. The expert in legal matters brought this to X's attention, stating that the judge seems to be in a rush to decide on the SEC request because the current schedule for the remedies phase requires discovery-related remedies to be completed by February 12th. Regardless, the trial is set to commence later in 2024 on April 23, and it will be fascinating to see how the legal battle is settled. Meanwhile, watch our most recent video on the topic if you want to know more about some interesting predictions on the price of XRP in 2024. Since many in the cryptocurrency community are waiting impatiently for the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's long-running legal battle with Ripple to come to a close, it's conceivable that some outside events will affect the verdict. Coincidentally, the Bitcoin exchange Coinbase has also been the target of a lawsuit by the Securities and Exchange Commission. On the other hand, Coinbase responded to the SEC's lawsuit in August 2023 by attempting to dismiss it. The SEC's action against Ripple could be significantly affected by the ruling of Judge Catherine Filet, who heard the case on January 17, 2024. For clarity's sake, let's say that the SEC has claimed that Coinbase's proposed lending product contains securities. Coinbase, in contrast, denies this claim and argues that the regulator does not have jurisdiction over the matter. Actually, this lines up with the claims made about XRP, namely that Ripple's attempts to sell it were considered securities. If Coinbase is successful in its petition, it might undermine the SEC's assertion that it has authority over cryptocurrency-related businesses and assets. Because of the similarities between the two cases, the SEC has already stated its intention to appeal the Ripple verdict. But this development may dissuade them. In the midst of all this, legal expert Bill Morgan decided to fight the ignorant feud which stands for dread, doubt, and uncertainty that has been driving down the price of XRP. He chose to set the record straight by bringing attention to multiple major issues, including the fact that a settlement is completely out of the question. Perhaps now would be a good moment to provide an update on the current situation. The matter will not be settled soon since incorrect information on the SEFI Ripple case has resumed. The Securities and Exchange Commissions filed a motion on January 11 to require Ripple to provide its financial statements for 2022 and 2020. Bill Morgan tweeted this on February 1, 2024. Also, he made sure everyone was aware that the SEC has filed a motion to force Ripple to release its financial records from 2022 and 2023 and post the complaint institutional contract. The blockchain company said the request was both unnecessary and made at the last minute. According to a January 26 story by Feinbold, Morgan had previously claimed that the SEC had misled the court by incorrectly using the Zachary Ripple class action lawsuit in its financial case. The much anticipated release of the trailer for the upcoming documentary titled XRP Unleashed has caused the XRP community to be filled with excitement. The documentary will be based on XRP. Abs, an influential member of the XRP community, did not hesitate to draw attention to the publication of the XRP Unleashed trailer in a post that he made on X not too long ago. Abs then proceeded to publish the trailer, which prompted members of the community to inquire about their level of interest in watching the entire XRP documentary once it was made available on streaming platforms. The trailer lasted about 2 minutes and featured notable members of the XRP community, including as Zach Rector, Value Capital, and attorney Johnny Deaton. It is important to note that the documentary endeavors to summarize the detailed aspects of recent events that have surrounded XRP and Ripple. These events include the regulatory lawsuit filed by the United States and the subsequent market upheaval, which includes Bill Heineman's controversial statement in which he granted Ethereum a free pass. Through conversations with renowned crypto influencers, financial advisors, Ripple workers, and legal experts, the team investigated this topic in greater depth. That's all for now.